situation on 2 occasions, and I'll never forget that feeling of absolute terror as I realized my predicament, a feeling that can't easily be described. But being fearful is normal and necessary. It gives us added energy in time of crisis. But you must control fear.
Some really easy, common sense ways of not to get yourself into a situation that would require life-saving techniques is know the country you're going into. Just don't go off half-cocked and say, well, I'm going to hike up this mountain. You can do a little research ahead of time before your trip. It doesn't take much. Learn how to read a map. I only need 3 things to survive in the wilderness.
So, lesson 1, how to communicate with a helicopter if you haven't got a radio. Wilderness Bob's female companion shows us, and surely being female can't be called Bob.
Need medical help. All is okay. Pick me up. Land here.
So, a final word of advice from Bob 1.
I love animals and I respect their right to live. So kill only as a last resort. Clubbing small animals behind the head is painless.
Although not for the animals, I think. Of course, there is another way of dealing with small animals.
You get up, keep on.
Now, one very popular pursuit is collecting things, known in psychiatric circles as kleptomania. But every year, millions of pounds are lost to the black market through collector's items being forged. At last, though, with the aid of this vital guide, organised crime could be eradicated. Yes, how to spot counterfeit Beanie Babies.
With us today is the leading expert on oddities, mistags, and counterfeit beanies. She is the feature writer for the Beanie Mom website, primary writer for the Beanie Collector magazine, a contributing author to the Beanie Mania book, co-author of the bi-monthly Beanie Mania Bulletin, and a contributor to the Auction Universe and Delphi Collectibles Forum internet sites. Since the beginning, she has been at the front line of the conversations on counterfeits. Please welcome Vicki Krupka.
Hello, Steve. Thank you.
Steve, of course, has been collecting beanies for years, and when scouring toy shops for Beanie Babies, overcomes his embarrassment by pretending he's a sexual pervert. So what is the key to recognising a fake?
This is magic. The biggest problem with magic is that he's understuffed. It's a very thin fabric. It's also understuffed in the wings. The points of the wings, it's a smaller wing. If you look at the difference between the rows of stitching, the counterfeit has a lot shorter wing. The eyes are bigger. The tail more pointed, less evenly curved.
So that's how you know you've got a fake on your hands. It looks identical to the real thing.
Report bad beanies. The Thai hotline is 1-888-317-5489. This is important.
The hotlines are manned by fully trained operators and all calls are treated with the utmost contempt. Still, Steve saves the most important thing till last.
What is the most important thing? Have fun collecting Beanie Babies.
So that was how to spot counterfeit Beanie Babies, retailing at £14.99, although obviously we got a cheap bootleg copy down the market. Well, there's no more popular pastime than cookery. We've had Cooking with Delia, Cooking with Jamie, but no one's come up with a more arresting title, in every sense of the word, than this. The chefs here are aware of the legal implications of cooking with a Class C drug and so have employed the latest technology to ensure their identities are not revealed.
Hi, my name is Hans, and this is my buddy Hans. Welcome to Cooking with Marijuana, the gourmet menu. We're going to show you how to take marijuana and turn it into a more palatable form.
So Hans and Hans there, and if you follow their recipe for a Sunday joint, you really won't be able to move from the sofa all afternoon. But first, a word of warning.
When you smoke marijuana, you have a joint or so, and you reach a certain plateau. The same is not true when eating marijuana. When you eat it, It may take anywhere from a half of an hour to an hour and a half before you start feeling the effect.
So you'll probably need a quick joint to tide you over.
We will now take our alcohol and pour it into the bowl. The alcohol will break down the trichromes and the THC will go into suspension with the alcohol. We have that in the bowl. We will place 28 grams into the bowl. All right, a little bit more than 28 grams. We will add our Marcella wine, which will deglaze the pan for us. Our special mega butter is added and quickly melted. Remember, you're not supposed to smoke this. On top, we will sprinkle just a bit of flower of the bud for taste. Ville Marcellus.
So there you have it. Cooking with marijuana will ensure that Christmas with the in-laws will fly by, as will Granny. Well, one of the biggest selling sectors of the self-help market are videos teaching you a foreign language, which in this country tends not to mean English, unless you're a Premiership footballer or Jade Goody. But for all those unfamiliar with English and the English, here's lesson 1.
Hi.
Hello, everybody. This should be grammar time, but this time we're going to do something different.
It's something that will help you better understand the British culture.
Yes, I'd like to tell you a little more about England, and particularly its capital, London. Soho is a very lively, cosmopolitan area. Near here is the part of London called the City of London.
I thought you were already talking about the City of London.
Yes, I have been talking about the City of London, but the City of London is different.
Even I'm confused, and I live there. But there's so much more to Britain than just London. For example,
Cornwall,
famous for its cream teas,
the Lake District,
famous for its beautiful scenery,
Shropshire,
famous for its shops, and finally,
Warwickshire.
yes, never heard of that. Must be somewhere near Warwickshire. So that's enough fact cramming about the British Isles. Let's see how typical British people express themselves in an ordinary, everyday conversation.
Oh, Charles, you're here in London. What are you doing here?
Oh, nothing. I just, Did you know I've started working?
Oh, really? What kind of work? Are you working as a vet?
Of course I am. That's what I'm qualified to be.
Oh, so you're working in Sussex with animals. What sort of animals? Horses?
Yes, horses, of course. And other animals, too.
I'd love to come and see where you work sometime.
I'm not sure when it could be possible, but I must be going now.
Oh, where are you going?
Well, I was on my way to the British Museum.
Oh, wonderful. Shall I come with you? I can keep company.
No, would you really like to come?
Of course. Oh, can you stop for a moment, please? I've got to go and see the woman in this house. She's always been nice to us, and she helps my grandmother with her medication. Grandma's ill, and she needs her medication immediately. She needs the injection immediately. Don't you please wait? Everything is settled. She's going immediately, and Grandma will have her injection.
Of course, the design flaw is that after watching this tape, you'll be able to speak English well enough to ring up and ask for your money back. Incidentally, the grandma is still alive and well and living it up in a little place called Spielplatz. Well, that's all the help we're going to give you to help yourself this week, although, to be honest, tonight's show has probably thrown up more questions than answers, such as who on earth are these people doing this?
Hi, my name is Hans.
Why on earth are these people doing this? And what on earth is this mime? Good night.
I'm after a hunk of a guy, an experienced man. Next week, everything you've ever wanted to know about hand-feeding hummingbirds and the art of French kissing. Angus is back next week at the same time. Next tonight is the news, then at 11 the paranormal drama continues in Supernatural.